the complete breakdown of the U.S. Constitution's amendments. First Amendment, freedom of expression and personal liberties. Have you ever wondered what guarantees your freedoms in the U.S.? From free speech to the right to vote, the 27 amendments to the U.S. Constitution protect what it means to be an American. Join us as we break down every single one of these critical amendments, starting with the Bill of Rights. The First Amendment protects several fundamental freedoms that form the foundation of American democracy. These include the freedom of speech, religion, press, assembly, and petition. It allows individuals to express their ideas freely, practice any religion or none, and report news without fear of government retaliation. This amendment plays a crucial role in safeguarding personal liberties and ensuring a vibrant, democratic society. Footnote: the First Amendment guarantees core freedoms essential for democracy, including the right to express ideas and practice religion. Second Amendment, right to bear arms. The Second Amendment affirms the right of individuals to keep and bear arms. This right is rooted in the concept of personal defense and collective security. It acknowledges the historical importance of militias and reflects the belief in self-defense. The amendment continues to fuel debates around gun control and the balance between individual rights and public safety. Footnote: the Second Amendment protects the right to bear arms, which remains a significant point of discussion in modern American society. Third Amendment, protection from forced housing of soldiers. The Third Amendment prohibits the government from forcing citizens to house soldiers during peacetime without their consent. This provision emerged from colonial grievances under British rule, emphasizing the right to privacy and the sanctity of one's home. It reflects the desire to safeguard personal freedoms from governmental overreach. Footnote: the Third Amendment addresses privacy and property rights, particularly preventing government intrusion during peacetime. Fourth Amendment, protection against unreasonable searches and seizures. The Fourth Amendment protects individuals from unreasonable searches and seizures, requiring law enforcement to obtain a warrant based on probable cause. It ensures privacy and security in personal property, striking a balance between personal rights and the needs of law enforcement to maintain order. Footnote: the Fourth Amendment ensures privacy by limiting governmental authority to search or seize personal property without proper legal justification. Fifth Amendment, legal protections and due process. The Fifth Amendment provides essential protections in legal processes. It guards against self-incrimination, ensures due process of law, and prevents double jeopardy, which means being tried twice for the same crime. The amendment also guarantees compensation when private property is taken for public use, safeguarding individual liberties and property rights. Footnote: the Fifth Amendment guarantees due process and protects personal freedoms during legal proceedings, including protections against self-incrimination. Sixth Amendment, right to a fair and speedy trial. The Sixth Amendment guarantees the right to a fair and speedy trial, the right to be informed of charges, confront accusers, obtain witnesses in defense, and have legal representation. This amendment is fundamental to ensuring justice for criminal defendants and ensuring that they are treated fairly under the law. Footnote: the Sixth Amendment guarantees key rights for criminal defendants, ensuring a fair trial process and legal defense. Seventh Amendment, right to a jury trial in civil cases. The Seventh Amendment ensures the right to a jury trial in civil cases involving disputes over property or money. This preserves the role of juries in the legal system and ensures fairness, reflecting the importance of jury trials and protecting individual rights against arbitrary government action. Footnote: the Seventh Amendment preserves the right to a jury trial in civil disputes, ensuring fairness and accountability in the legal system. Eighth Amendment, protection against excessive bail and punishment. The Eighth Amendment prohibits excessive bail, excessive fines, and cruel and unusual punishment. It ensures that penalties for crimes are fair and proportional, reflecting society's commitment to humane treatment and justice. This amendment serves as a safeguard against government overreach and punishment. Footnote: the Eighth Amendment safeguards individuals from excessive penalties and ensures humane treatment within the justice system. Ninth Amendment, protection of unenumerated rights. The Ninth Amendment clarifies that the rights mentioned in the Constitution do not negate other rights that people possess. This ensures that individuals have more freedoms than those explicitly stated, protecting unenumerated rights and affirming the broad scope of personal liberties. Footnote: the Ninth Amendment recognizes that individuals possess more rights than those explicitly enumerated in the Constitution. Tenth Amendment, powers reserved to the states and people. The Tenth Amendment emphasizes that powers not delegated to the federal government or prohibited to the states by the Constitution are reserved to the states or the people. This ensures the principle of federalism, protecting state sovereignty and individual liberties by limiting federal authority. Footnote: the Tenth Amendment limits federal power, reinforcing the role of state sovereignty and individual rights. 11th Amendment, limits on suing states in federal court. The 11th Amendment limits the ability of individuals to sue states in federal court without the state's consent. This protects state sovereignty by addressing concerns over state immunity and maintaining the balance of power between state and federal governments. Footnote: the 11th Amendment ensures state immunity from certain lawsuits in federal court, preserving the autonomy of states. 12th Amendment, election of the President and Vice President. The 12th Amendment modifies the procedure for electing the President and Vice President, ensuring they are elected on separate ballots. This amendment was made to prevent confusion in the electoral process and promote a clearer and more effective method of electing the nation's leaders. Footnote: the 12th Amendment ensures the election of the President and Vice President on separate ballots, promoting a more effective election process. 13th Amendment, abolition of slavery and involuntary servitude. The 13th Amendment abolishes slavery and involuntary servitude, except as punishment for a crime. This monumental amendment marked a pivotal change in American society by formally ending slavery and reinforcing the nation's commitment to individual freedom and human rights. Footnote: the 13th Amendment ended slavery in the United States, affirming the nation's commitment to human rights and freedom. 14th Amendment, citizenship and equal protection under the law. The 14th Amendment grants citizenship to all persons born or naturalized in the United States, ensuring equal protection under the law. This amendment played a critical role in civil rights, defining citizenship and securing legal protections for all individuals, including former slaves. Footnote: the 14th Amendment established citizenship and equal protection under the law, especially for former slaves. 15th Amendment, voting rights for all men, regardless of race. The 15th Amendment prohibits denying the right to vote based on race, color, or previous condition of servitude. This amendment marked a significant milestone in the fight for civil rights, ensuring that all men, regardless of race, have the right to vote, although its full implementation faced significant challenges. Footnote: the 15th Amendment granted voting rights regardless of race, significantly advancing civil rights in America. 16th Amendment, authorization for income taxes. The 16th Amendment authorizes the federal government to collect income taxes without apportioning them among the states based on population. This was a crucial source of revenue for the government, supporting public services and infrastructure. Footnote: the 16th Amendment allowed for income taxes, providing a key source of government revenue for public services. 17th Amendment, direct election of senators. The 17th Amendment established the direct election of U.S. senators by voters, enhancing democratic governance by making senators more accountable to the electorate. This shift toward greater public participation aimed to strengthen democracy. Footnote: the 17th Amendment made U.S. senators directly accountable to voters, enhancing democratic representation. 18th Amendment, prohibition of alcohol. The 18th Amendment initiated prohibition, making the manufacture, sale, and transportation of alcohol illegal. While the goal was to improve social conditions, the amendment led to unintended consequences, including the rise of illegal alcohol trade. Footnote: the 18th Amendment aimed to improve social conditions but led to the rise of illegal alcohol trade and organized crime. 19th Amendment, women's right to vote. The 19th Amendment extended voting rights to women, marking a key milestone in the fight for gender equality. This amendment recognized women's suffrage as a fundamental democratic right and was the culmination of a long struggle for women's rights. Footnote: the 19th Amendment granted women the right to vote, a crucial step in advancing gender equality in the U.S. 20th Amendment, changes to presidential and congressional terms. The 20th Amendment changes the start dates for presidential, vice presidential, and congressional terms, aiming to reduce the time between an election and the start of office. It ensures a smoother transition of power and establishes clearer timelines for government operations. Footnote: the 20th Amendment streamlined the transition of power by adjusting the start dates for government officials. 21st Amendment, repeal of prohibition. The 21st Amendment repealed the 18th Amendment, ending prohibition. It allowed states to regulate alcohol, acknowledging the failure of prohibition and the need for a more practical approach to alcohol regulation. Footnote: the 21st Amendment ended prohibition, allowing states to regulate alcohol and acknowledging its practical failure. 22nd Amendment, limiting presidential terms. The 22nd Amendment limits the presidency to 2 terms, responding to Franklin D. Roosevelt's 4-term presidency. It ensures leadership renewal and prevents any individual from holding power indefinitely. Footnote: the 22nd Amendment limits the president to 2 terms, ensuring leadership change and preventing perpetual rule. 23rd Amendment, voting rights for Washington, D.C. residents. The 23rd Amendment granted residents of Washington, D.C. the right to vote in presidential elections, addressing the lack of representation for D.C. residents and enhancing democratic participation. Footnote: the 23rd Amendment granted voting rights in presidential elections to Washington, D.C. residents. 24th Amendment, prohibition of poll taxes. The 24th Amendment prohibited poll taxes in federal elections, eliminating barriers to voting for low-income individuals. This amendment advanced civil rights by ensuring that voting rights could not be conditioned on economic status. Footnote: the 24th Amendment removed poll taxes, ensuring that economic status could not prevent voting in federal elections. 25th Amendment, Presidential Succession and Disability. The 25th Amendment clarifies presidential succession and the procedures for addressing presidential disability. It ensures continuity and stability in the executive branch by providing guidelines for transferring power in cases of incapacity. Footnote: the 25th Amendment ensures stability in the executive branch by clarifying procedures for presidential succession and disability. 26th Amendment, lowering the voting age. The 26th Amendment lowered the voting age from 21 to 18, recognizing the maturity and citizenship responsibilities of younger adults. It expanded democratic participation, particularly in light of military service during wartime. Footnote: the 26th Amendment expanded voting rights by lowering the voting age to 18, reflecting the responsibilities of young adults. 27th Amendment, Congressional Pay Changes. The 27th Amendment delays congressional pay changes, ensuring that salary adjustments cannot take effect until after the next election. This promotes accountability and fairness by preventing immediate benefits from legislative decisions. Footnote: the 27th Amendment ensures accountability by delaying congressional pay changes until after the next election.